is the Doublet Special Master.
Live and direct.
Breakfast with CubCamTV.
Trickstar Radio.
Good morning, my friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are live inside the building. It is Fresh Fridays here on Trickstar Radio. We've got myself, Kxvu, and Jukes Guy with us. How you doing, sir?
Good morning, good morning. Why did you sound so confused? You were like, it is. Oh, it's Fresh Fridays.
There's whenever
is it that fresh? It caught you out?
It's that fresh, and I think whenever a locked door is somewhat involved in my life, it just throws me completely.
Yeah, adds a bit of discombobulation.
I'm on the side of being open, not being locked away.
Yeah. Ooh. It's too profound. Mate. We're only 10 minutes in.
How you doing anyway, sir? How you doing?
I'm all good, thank you, man. I'm not too bad. All the better for being here, seeing you.
It is very warm room.
It is very, very warm.
It's very warm today. Like, it's usually warm down here, but it's not usually to the point where I genuinely had a bead this morning. I had a genuine bead of sweat this morning.
Just one solitary bead.
A singular, like a singular tear, but it was a singular bead.
Yeah. Maybe
just
that
to amplify the heat.
That should start being a thing. Like, you get the teardrop tattoos. Obviously, you get a sweat drop tattoo.
I like that. I might do that. I'm going to get some KOFI branded towels very soon. Trust
really?
Me.
You hadn't mentioned that.
Yeah. Right, we've got some bangers to talk about.
Plug.
We've got bangers to talk about, sir.
We've got a triplet. We've got a hat trick of bangers.
Yeah, we thought we'd start off a little bit different this morning.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And do things a little bit different. Obviously, we're trying to post as much content onto different platforms as we can now, so we thought we'd open up with a big sort of block of stuff of us reviewing new sounds. So we're going to kick off with CobJT and Lyrical Strally's new one, On My Way. That one actually drops on Monday on 140. We've got it a little bit early.
A little exclusive, yeah.
When the playlist actually launches, it will be out, so it makes sense to kind of do.
Very nice, very nice.
What are we feeling about this one then? Because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well, actually. Obviously, he's telling a familiar story, always coming back from the rave, documenting various sites and activities that you might partake in on your way way home.
I do miss that.
Mate, I tell you, it does feel like a long time ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago where do you know the thing that I actually miss? You know, on Brighton Seafront, next to where Tempest Inn is and Fortune of War, you know, there used to be that little chip shop at the top. In the little hut. That's not there anymore, obviously.
No.
But they used to do the most banging cheesy chips out of anywhere I've been to in Brighton. I'd go there, like, even if I was the other side of town, I'd walk to the seafront and get them and then walk home.
I can just imagine you skanking in some club at like 1 a.m. thinking about these cheesy chips you're going to get in a few hours' time.
You know me so well.
Yeah, boy.
No, I used to do that and then going home and watch the first Matrix film. That used to be my routine on Friday night.
Just always the same film?
Always the same film, yeah.
Would you always get to like a certain point and then that's when you're going to nod off?
As soon as Morpheus turns around and goes, "Hello, Neo," and I just fall asleep every time. But what are we feeling about this one then? In general, I think sonic-wise it's really good. I think CobJT is always reliable when it comes to sort of garage instrumentals, especially for vocalists. Yeah,
for sure. There were a couple of cheeky horns in the end as well that snuck in. No, I thought it was really good on a production level actually, and the vocals sat nicely on top.
Definitely. Well, this one, we'll go your rating first, and then we'll jump into the next one.
I'm gonna go. Ooh. I like how, yeah, it cut then. The bed cut. It was like build suspense. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep it at 4 for this one. Yeah.
I'm not mad at 4.
Because obviously, for those who weren't listening last week, this is the return of the Duke. Because I had to take last week out. It was my birthday this time last week, so I thought I'd afford myself somewhat of a lie-in. Had Kxvu and BARNEY take hold of things.
He was fuming.
Held down.
Was fuming.
Now, you know what? I wasn't even going to say nothing. So you held down the fort well, but obviously a couple questionable decisions. Music's subjective. That's the beauty of it. That's why we love it. But don't worry. Regular service resuming from today.
So coming up after that, we had Neo's new one, "Messy Love." I was a bit back and forward on this one. I've got to say.
Do you know what? I'm quite. It's funny you say that. I'm quite pleased that I was. En route still when this one was going on, so I was listening in the headphones. I was like, which ones? Okay, yeah. So I almost put a note in saying us two reviewing this might be quite funny, so I'm not going to say take it out, but it's perhaps not the one for 20-something guys to be sat in a room reviewing, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt for me it fell a little bit flat, if I'm being entirely honest with you. I just don't think it did as much as I felt it could have. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. But do you know what? We love Neo, and we're here for her in whichever direction she wants to take us, because she's been there for us. Yeah. So do you know what? We've got to return the favour at some point. So shouts to Neo. Obviously, this is let's just cut to the chase. it's a bit more poppy than we're used to.
Yeah, entirely. I don't want to use the term cookie cutter, but there are definitely elements of this that are much more meant for, I suppose, ears that aren't ours. Shall we say that?
Ears that aren't, yes, yeah. Well, I actually wrote down at the start, it's like bowling alley music.
Yeah, very good way of describing it.
But almost, is
that alongside Pedalo?
It's after Pedalo.
After Pedalo.
Yeah. Pedalo's the warm-up.
The after Pedalo.
But it's actually, it's not bowling alley music. It's music that the teenage girls, I imagine, would listen to before, while they're getting ready before they go to the bowling alley. Because it's quite yeah, I don't know. It's perhaps not for our ears, as you eloquently put it.
I mean, for me, I'm going to go 3-5. I mean, there's nothing particularly to dislike about it. If I'm being entirely honest, there's nothing bad about it. It just doesn't really.
No, and that's when I was sort of making a case for it last night, as I was going through them all. That was it. That was the conclusion I came to. Like, it's far from bad music. It's definitely not bad music. Like, no one could ever say that. But yeah, in terms of the direction, I think it's perhaps veering away from our.
We're gonna get someone commenting saying, "Why'd you put it on the track listing then?" It was like, because it's part of the fun, you know.
Yeah,
we want to review different.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't have everything like.
We can't just review Masego every week. Okay?
Yeah, and believe me, there were a few Masego tunes out today as well, and there was at least one I saw. I was like, no,
there was Burna Boy tunes out today. Didn't put them in.
No, exactly. I mean, you have to have a curveball. You have to have something that's a bit more. And do you know what I thought as well? Like people like Azaria and stuff. I know she's partial to a bit of nail or something more on this side.
Alicia play some
so
more of that sort of modern.
do you know what it's like? It's not all about us.
No.
Let's bring in something. Obviously, she, as I say, Neo's super cool as well. So, however, wherever we can support her, I'm with it.
There we go. One more tune from this selection then. Kamakaze and Jafro with Sunrise in the East. Really cool collaboration. Obviously, these two have worked together numerous times. Obviously, repping Leicester, all that good stuff. I really enjoyed this one. I like the fact as well that the synergy felt very seamless on this one. It just felt very kind of like, oh, we're going to work together. There isn't much like we have to overly complicate. It just works.
Completely agree. Yeah, it was sewn together very nicely. It flew by as well. How long was that track?
It was 3 minutes 52, so actually a longer one.
A much longer one. Well, that just goes to show because, yeah, it was over in an instant as far as I was concerned. Loved the Jafro verse, the last verse, I think it was. That was my favourite one. Like the beat, and yeah, as you say, it's just it's a link up that makes sense.
Yeah, I think they always seem to do well together. They bounce off each other well. I think obviously Jafro obviously adds those little melodic elements in there as well. Instrumental wise, quite stripped back. I feel like it's a lot of very kind of trappy elements in there, very stripped back. In regards to the drum sounds as well.
I like that though because then it like it's
give
not
some room to rap, bro.
Give me room to rap.
We're not doing that.
We're used to that.
We're not doing that this morning.
We are doing that.
But this one's your rating, so where are we going to go?
Yeah, where are we going to go? No, sorry. But yeah, no. What I was going to say was it doesn't overcrowd things, you know. I like that when it's a little bit of room to breathe. I'm going to go for Mr. Jafro. I'm going to go with a 4 as well for that one, actually.
There we go, solid stuff. Well, we're going to move into the next track now. This one comes from an artist called HYZAH, brand new one to me, but it dropped in my... Sounds of HYZAH on this one, Dan Me, bracketed past the lighter. Fresh Afrobeat flavours here on Trickstar Radio this morning. I'm a big fan of this one. I hadn't heard of HYZAH before. It landed in my inbox and I had a little listen through it. And yeah, it just kind of stuck with me. There was something really enjoyable about the chorus block, very sing-along, very catchy. What are your feelings on this one, Jukey?
Yeah, I have to echo those sentiments, to be honest with you. Catchy, sing-along, it's going to be one of those that's going to be stuck in your head.
Shades of Davido, I'm getting from the from the sort of vocal, those sort of very emotional, sort of, "Love me like that." Like you can hear it in the vocal. There's like a real kind of a slight strain, but it's almost like when you get what's the term? Analog distortion instead of digital distortion. When you get a voice that cracks, but it's like, and it's like, oh, I like this. It sounds good.
I'm with it.
That's my thoughts.
No, I concur completely. I'm sure if I understood as well, I would concur even more. So there we go. That's what it is.
Definitely a tune for summer.
Yes, absolutely a tune for summer. It is. I feel like one just as the sun's setting, you're going to whip this one out, and everyone's going to have a little shake in the leg, have a good time. I just want to say as well, shout out to the guy HYZAH, because I'm a big fan of the bio. Just a young boy searching for greatness. I love that line.
I'm with that.
Short and sweet, concise.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, humble.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is brand new to me. I haven't heard much. I haven't heard anything from HYZAH before, so I'm going to keep the ceiling up there.
That's it. Yeah, it is to the ground now as well because we always love little gems like these dropping in the inbox.
I think as well whenever we get one of these, now I'm keeping an eye out. You know?
Yeah,
now I'm
well,
like,
that's
cool,
what it is.
When's the next one rolling?
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I'm going to go for 4. Nothing to do with the fact that realistically that the tune isn't solid. I just want to know that he can go further. So that's me putting faith.
Yeah.
Pass me the lighter. Oh, it's stuck in my head now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is actually a manga.
I'm earworming. This next one then, sounds of Idris Miles. Again, another newish artist. He's had a few things floating around in the system before. This one goes by the name of Maddie, so we're going to get into it now.
The second most famous Idris
on the playlist.
Yeah, on the playlist. But that's still a good accolade to have, don't we?
Sounds of Idris Miles, this one going by the name of Maddie, featuring an artist called Spend Owo, so I believe he is the production. I would hazard a guess that he's the production side of things. I'm pretty sure the vocal is entirely Idris, but really, really cool tune. This one just gone 28 minutes past 9 here on Trickstar Radio. It's Fresh Fridays. We're continuing our journey through new music and reviewing it as we go. Jukey, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, big fan. I think this was another one which is it flew by, just having a good time riding it out, and he's not someone that I've perhaps come across before. The name definitely rings a bell.
Yeah. It's definitely a name I've seen floating around on playlists and things like that.
But it's not a flow I recognised, and the tone of voice didn't resonate too much. But no, big fan. I really like this one.
Yeah, I think there's obviously this kind of movement in garage at the moment where we're hearing more and more essentially rap vocals over garage, and it's become almost like the norm for summertime, kind of wavy, not typical garage tunes either, always a little bit wavy, something a little bit different about them. The thing I really liked about this is the flow pattern that he was using, because it wasn't a very orthodox flow pattern. He was cutting in and moving around different places, and it felt very unique to me.
Absolutely. I think we had the one that you guys chose for track of the week last week.
Yeah,
that was obviously what you prepped more like the quintessential garage vocal. This one off the beaten track a little bit more, and perhaps that it's better for it. You know? Do you remember I sent you a little while ago? There was that I can't even remember the dude's name, but it was like a drill flow over UKG. Do you remember that?
Yeah. A few people have done that now.
But there was this one guy. It was like he just didn't compromise at all, and I was a huge fan of it. It didn't necessarily work as best as some other stuff, but do you know what I mean? It's untrodden ground, and I think when you're moving in that territory, I got to respect it.
Yeah.
And this wasn't perhaps so far over into that like
other realm,
uncharted territory, but no, it's still something different. But yeah, retained our attention for the full track.
What we
which
going to
isn't
go
hard to do.
What we going to rank wise?
I'm gonna go 4-5 with this one actually.
I'm not mad. I'd have probably gone 4-5 as well.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's one of those where it's a creeper as well.
Yeah. This is one we're going to be like. It's going to be in the system for a while. It's going to pop in every now and then. Even after the sort of general playlist run. But moving forward, we've got another banger to get into. Miller Blue alongside is it AHWLEE?
Is it what?
AHWLEE?
I thought AHWLEE. Yeah, that's what I thought. Spell it. AHWLEE, right?
Yeah, AHWLEE.
Yeah.
We'll go AHWLEE.
I would say AHWLEE. Yes.
This one goes by the name of Me, Myself, and I.
Let's do it.
Miller Blue alongside AHWLEE. That one going by the name of Me, Myself, and I. Wow, pretty mind-blowing stuff there. Very, very smooth. Love the saxophone running throughout that one. Just the instrumentation in general, super smooth. Prime pedalo music. Jukey, what we saying?
The saxophone. Yeah, I think it was. Let's be honest. Let's cut to the chase. The hook carried that tune.
Yes.
The hook very much carried
100%.
that. And he knew that, which is why it got wheeled up like 4 times at the end, and we just heard like the hook on loop for the last 2 minutes. And do you know what? I'm not mad at it.
No, I honestly think I have no issues with rappers going over tunes like this, but I think when you've got a compositional value that's that strong, that saxophone, that bass line, just everything sounds so smooth and crisp. The rapper doesn't do a bad job, but it isn't the same level as the hook. They're just different levels entirely.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you drop a really good player in like a team of Galacticos, it's like, yeah, you're good, but we're doing mad rondos over here, and you're looking a bit lost. So, nah. Shout to everyone who's putting in guest verses on bangers, because you know what, you've had a touch. Like, it's all good. This one is part of Tree of Tenir, I think is how you pronounce it. It is Miller Blue's project. This was one. Another one from the project was actually in one of the new music playlists.
Oh, okay.
And then I thought, oh, this sounds interesting. When I sort of did a bit of digging around the project and found this one, which I thought was A bit more apt for the Trickstar playlist. As you say, it was shout out to the saxophonist because they really carried it as well. Shouts to Miller Blue for putting it all together. Is this mine or yours?
This one is mine.
It's yours, actually, isn't
mine.
it? I was going to go...
It was going to be a 5 if the verse was stronger. I feel the hook is 5 worthy. The verse is 4 worthy, so I'm going to give it a 4-5.
4-5, okay, there we go.
That's what I'm going to go with.
Do you know what? It would be tough. Having said all that, like, we're not just gunning the guy for the sake of it.
It's just leveling it, you know?
Yeah.
It's just keeping it the same level.
But who could we have put there that would have perhaps done it justice? It's difficult to think.
Lorcana.
Nah.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah. Frankie would have done.
Frankie.
Frankie.
Let's put Frankie.
Let's put Frankie on that.
Let's put Frankie.
Speaking of Brian artists, we're going to get into 2 next. This one's CEEZLIN and Wizard with No Smoke, brand new from them. The segues are out, baby.
No Smoke.
Just gone 22 minutes to 10.
Oh, for God's sake. thought we left this in the past, man.
Well, that one goes by the name of No Smoke. CEEZLIN and Wizard. Very classic Brighton link up, this one.
I'm a bit disappointed I don't get to say scissors and wizards, because I like saying that.
I don't like saying it. I mess it up
Scissors
every time.
and wizards.
I grow a lisp for that when I say that, which I don't normally do. I used to have a lisp when I was younger.
Selective
Really
lisp.
But this one, No Smoke, CEEZLIN on fine form, shall we say.
Seezy boy, I'm the GOAT.
And Wizard doing what Wizard does best, just making vibey, solid,
Conjuring spells and that.
just solid wizard-like rap instrumentals.
Yeah.
Very, very smooth.
Hard beaty armus.
I think, I just heard what you said, and it took a second to go in. It's in now.
Whoa.
It's there.
Boas.
Anyway, sounds of CEEZLIN on this one. I think this is a very classic sort of sounding CEEZLIN tune. I think his vocal, those almost like demonic, like
Yeah. It's the layering, isn't it? Like the harmonies, where 100% it is. It's chanting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost as you say, demonesque. This is CEEZLIN in its element, I think. And would you expect anything less? Obviously, these two very frequent collaborators know each other inside out.
classic link up on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we going to go rating-wise?
Rating-wise, I'm going to go... Do you know what? I really did like this one. I'm going to go... If I could go 4.25, I would, but it's not an option, so we round up down here. So I'm going to go 4.5.
4.5. I'm not mad at that. Next up, we're going to get into some Tyler, the Creator. This one alongside Lil Wayne off the brand new project. It goes by the name of Hot Wind Blows.
Go listen to the full project, man. It's an absolute banger. We'll chat about it after.
Well, that was a journey. A lot happened over the course of 2 minutes. 1 minute 58 to be precise.
Yeah.
2 minutes to 2.
God. I feel like that's modern day Tyler though. He's always been a little bit like that, but now it's just madness.
It's just the box is gone.
Yeah.
There is no
100%.
box to go back into.
He's sort of got that Pharrell side to him, where it's just like creative genius on acid, but then he fully embraces it, innit? I feel like Pharrell holds back a little bit and then gets into a quiet room somewhere and lets it all out. Whereas Tyler is just on full display, heart on sleeve.
He just goes, why not?
Honestly, that is his attitude for everything. It always has been, and that's you may not like him, and I understand that if you don't like. He's not everyone's cup of tea, of course. Very rarely people are like unanimously, but you have to respect it. You have to respect the journey, musically and just personally as well.
100%. I'm a fan of this one. I believe this is my rating. I'm going to go 4.5, and I'll tell you why I'm going to go.
Is this your
4.5.
rating? Are you just stealing ratings out there?
You just had the CEEZLIN one.
All right.
All
right.
The
I'll
reason
let you off.
I don't normally give anything above a 4 to a tune that's under 2 minutes 30.
Yeah.
But this did a lot in 1 minute 58. It had bridges. It had 2 verses that didn't sound forced. It had a general journey. I don't think there was an actual hook in there, but I don't think it needed one. I think they did a lot in that period of time, and I think if you can pack that much entertainment and energy into a 2 minute block, then you deserve the 4.5.
And as we said off air, it's good to hear a legend like Wayne back sounding good and flourishing.
100%.
With one of the leaders of the new school, you'd have to say.
So I mean, with the rest of the album, then is it on this sort of tip, or does it change up a little bit?
No, it's Tyler, isn't it? So obviously veering off in various different directions. The entire album is produced by himself. I think the only one that's co-produced is there's one with Pharrell, and I think they linked up to produce that one. But no, the rest of it's all him, and yeah, it's very much a Tyler project. It's just one you've got to listen to front to back. I would have put it all in, but I didn't want to stay up all night cleaning. So yeah, shouts to Tyler each and every.
Cleaning.
It's is that little funk banger. The album is called, if you did want to go just do a quick search, it's called Call Me If You Get Lost. And yeah, the first one, Sir Baudelaire, I think, yeah, it starts off very well and sets the tone.
Would you describe Tyler as highbrow?
Do you know what? It's weird because he started off in like, in terms of like how society would view rap. He's like down, barely spoken about, like taboo almost, with the stuff he was coming out with in the Odd Future days. But then now, very much sophisticated music. Like a lot of it, he still obviously dips into his, like he hasn't lost his originality. But yeah, I see what you're saying. It is sort of highbrow. It's an interesting juxtaposition, just his whole personality. I think that's
like
what
Wiley Devil mixes.
He is truly unique. Like there is nobody like Tyler, the Creator.
I completely agree.
And it's rare you say that. Do you know what? Someone else you could say that about is Lil Wayne. So maybe that's why they
Yeah, I think on the topic, just before we move on to the next one, I've queued up a little bit longer for this one because it is an important thing. It's good to hear Lil Wayne sounding back to top quality as well.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he was delving into the double time flows there as well. So obviously the breathing's back on point. Which
so much weirdness in this tune. So much happened.
Yeah.
I was a bit like blown away from how much was happening in such a short space of time.
There's a few like that. As I say, I did load in a couple more. So listen to Juke Sky on Tuesday and Wednesday to hear a couple more of them, or go listen to it in your spare time. Either way, it's good with me. But yeah, he does love an experiment, Tyler, and we're here for it.
Definitely. Well, we're going to get into another tune next. This one going by the name of 160 Down the A406.
Yes, which I can only assume is a true-to-life tale, in which case, Sherelle, please be careful, my dear.
this one coming from Sherelle. I'm looking forward to getting into this one. It's going to be, knowing Sherelle's sort of DJ style, it's going to be quite out there in regards to the sounds. I'm looking forward to getting into it. I haven't listened to it yet.
Quite out there is, quite a mild explanation for this, but yeah, I love it, man. Let's do it.
Let's get into it. Keep it locked. We're live on Trickstar Radio. It's Fresh Fridays with myself and Juke Sky. Don't go anywhere. Yes, then, people, just gone 10 to 10 here, Trickstar Radio. That one going by the name of 160 Down the A406 from Sherelle. I enjoyed that one, I've got to say.
Do you know what? And it is a very, very aptly named title, because it does feel like you're on the way to a rave, like perhaps some little squat rave or a warehouse rave or something like that, back in the day. Skirting down the motorway, just listening to something like this, I understand
why it's got that title.
100%, yeah. It fits,
that is. I feel that is a tune you listen to between bookings.
Yeah. Oi, that is the situation, isn't it? It's between bookings.
And it's an hour and a half journey, and you're on 2 hours apart. And you're going, what? I need to make this in time.
No, you've smashed it. That is exactly what it is.
What are we going to go rating wise on this one, Duke? Because I feel we could dive into the production elements of this for hours and hours and hours. It's very trancey, cool use of marimbas and things like that. But I feel this is one you just have to take at face value for what it is.
Yeah, it's a journey. It's fully a journey, and we can't explain it to you. You just have to experience it for yourself. I'm going to go with, it's the first offering from Sherelle that I've heard in maybe at all, but definitely in recent times. I'm going to go. I'm going to go 4-5.
You're going to go 4-5. I'm not mad at 4-5. It's quality. It's good. It's interesting. It's different.
And it's intrigued me as to what Sherelle's got in the locker as well coming up. So yeah, it's a good step in the right direction.
100%. We're going to get into this one next. Mr. Jukes and Barney, artist. It goes by the name of Check the Pulse, featuring a Coffee Stone.
Coffee Stone.
Mr. Jukes and Barney, artist on this one, Check the Pulse, featuring, is it Kofi or Coffee? Kofi Stone.
Kofi.
Really cool, classic vibes from them again. They're on a bit of a roll at the moment, Mr. Jukes and Barney, artist.
They are, and I feel like it's an intentional roll. I feel like that we're in the midst of a rollout.
Yeah, very nice. I like what you did there.
There is 100% a project en route. What gave it away? Was it the same artwork for every track? No, it wasn't. It was it was the fact that it's obviously two artists that don't traditionally come as a duo. They're obviously regular frequenters of each other's company, but absolutely, they've smashed it. They've found this sound that they've sort of honed in on, and I'm a big fan of it. It's that sort of old school hip hop vibe, like DJ Premier-esque.
I feel that.
But yeah, still got that contemporary feel, got that London feel to it as well. So you have to appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed this one, man. I think the general approach is good. I think they do a good kind of take on what hip hop is currently at in the UK. I'm gonna go for a 4 on this one.
KOFI Stone, one of the best that features around at the moment as well in that realm, because he doesn't seem to miss.
Now, keep an eye out. We've got one more to get into from REALZ. This one alongside CAPO, MERCSTON, and Rapid, a last-minute edition. This one goes by the name of London, so let's get into it.
Shouts to REALZ, man. One of the good guys.
REALZ, this one, London, featuring CAPO, MERCSTON, and Rapid. A classic sort of a blend of new school and old school grime names. That one, really, really well put together tune. It's good to hear Rapid back, MERCSTON as well. CAPO with a different style of verse on this one again. A lot of space used, but in a good way. And I think REALZ pulls it all together nicely. What are our thoughts, Jukey?
I feel like you summed it up well. A nice blend of the contemporary and the nostalgic grime, and I feel like that's it. In a sense, that's what REALZ is. He sort of bridges the gap in a way, because he sort of transcended eras.
I remember listening to REALZ when I was in school. Man.
Well, that's what I'm saying, yeah. And he's still out doing his thing today, and hasn't aged a second, may I add, as well. So shouts to him.
But yeah, this one's off a brand new project. Loads of cool features on there. I think there's 7 tracks in total. Really well put together project as well.
Ground Zero EP, yeah, man. I'm just looking at some of the features as well. Heavyweight business. Yeah, we know what REALZ can do at this point. Got a lot of time for this one. Features did their job. Yeah, CAPO sounding good as ever. MERCSTON, he's on a bit of a roll as well. Feature-wise, yeah, no, I'm a big fan of this one. Is it mine or yours?
It is yours.
Mine. I'm going to go... Ooh, I know I've only operated at 4 and above today, but I'm going to keep it that way. 4-5.
4-5. Well, we've got a lot of 4-5s. So
got a few. It's been a weird week in that sense.
It has been. I mean, my suggestion for track of the week out and out is the Miller Blue tune, just for how good that hook is.
Yeah.
I don't know what your thoughts are.
It's the only one where we sort of discuss the 5 in any sense, like in any department of a tune today. I think we both agreed that the hook and the beat both had 5 potential, so like full mark potential. And yeah, for that reason, I'm out. No, I'm joking. For that reason, Totwa.
There we go. That is our track of the week. Miller Blue, Me, Myself, and I, featuring AHWLEE. Fantastic tune. I'll be back same time Monday morning. We've got to wrap it up now. We're getting told by producers in the corner we've got to speed things up. Yeah. Do apologise, guys.
Let's do it.
So I'll be back same time Monday morning, where I'm going to be joined by Splurge Boys talking about the brand new album. Jukey, you'll be back on Tuesday?
Oui, jeudi. No, 10 a.m. Tuesday. Catch me there, or you're a square.
There we go. Keep it locked, people. We're live on Trickstar Radio. Don't go anywhere. We're going to move into the playlist for the next couple of hours. Keep it locked.
Allez.
This is Breakfast with Kxvu, bringing you their morning flavors on Trickstar Radio.
Trickstar Radio.